Look up at the night sky. Every tiny dot you see is a sun. Most of them have planets. Many of those planets look a lot like Earth. Now here's the uncomfortable question. If the universe is this big, this old, and this full of worlds, why does it feel so quiet? No alien messages, no confirmed visitors, no clear proof that anyone else is out there. Or is there? Over the past few decades, scientists have detected strange signals, fast-moving objects, and planetary systems that shouldn't exist the way they do. Some have simple explanations, others don't. And a few sit right on the edge between known science and something much bigger. In this video, we'll follow the clues, from mysterious cosmic signals to objects entering our solar system, to planets that could host entire civilizations. By the end, you might not be asking if we're alone anymore, but why we haven't noticed the company yet. Let's start far away, not just outside our solar system, but deep into the cosmic ocean. In 2007, astronomers discovered something strange, a burst of radio energy so powerful it briefly outshined entire stars. And then it was gone. These events lasted only milliseconds, but they released as much energy as the sun produces in days. Scientists called them fast radio bursts, or FRBS. At first, they looked like one-time cosmic accidents, maybe exploding stars, maybe collapsing neutron stars. Then something unsettling happened. Some of them repeated, not randomly, but in patterns. Imagine hearing a short, sharp knock on a door. Once you'd ignore it. Twice you'd get curious. But when it keeps happening, spaced out in a recognizable rhythm, you start wondering if someone is trying to say something. Most scientists still believe FRBs come from extreme natural objects like magnetars, stars with magnetic fields so strong they can rip atoms apart. That explanation fits many of the signals, but not all of them. A few bursts behave differently. They repeat on schedules. They cluster. They look organized. No one is claiming aliens are sending Morse code across the universe. But the fact that the signals exist at all forces a bigger realization. The universe is not quiet. It's loud, violent, and full of phenomena we're only beginning to understand. And sometimes those phenomena blur the line between what we expect nature to do and what we'd expect technology to do. And that brings us closer to home. Because in 2017, something entered our solar system that didn't look like anything we'd seen before. In October 2017, astronomers noticed a faint object moving through the inner solar system. At first, it seemed unremarkable, just another space rock drifting past the sun. Then they calculated its speed. It was moving too fast to belong here. This object wasn't orbiting the sun like a planet or an asteroid. It was passing through. That meant it came from outside our solar system, deep interstellar space. Humanity had never seen anything like it before. They named it Oumuamua, a Hawaiian word meaning a messenger from afar. But Oumuamua wasn't shaped like a normal asteroid. Instead of being roughly round, it appeared long and thin, almost like a cosmic cigar. As it tumbled through space, it reflected light in a way that suggested an extreme shape, unlike anything formed naturally in our neighborhood. Then came the strangest part. As Oumuamua moved away from the sun, it sped up. But there was no visible tail, no cloud of gas, no dust trail. Comets accelerate like this all the time, pushed by jets of vaporizing ice. But this object showed none of those signs. Something was pushing it. Most astronomers favor cautious explanations. Perhaps it was made of exotic ice that evaporated without leaving a trail. Or maybe it was a fragment from a star system unlike our own. But for a brief moment, the scientific world allowed itself to ask a dangerous question. What if this wasn't just a rock? Harvard astronomer Avi Loeb suggested that Oumuamua could be artificial. Not a spaceship, not a weapon, just debris, a relic, something built long ago and flung into the galaxy, drifting until it brushed past our sun. There is no proof that Oumuamua was artificial, but there is also no neat explanation that satisfies everyone. And that matters, because it forces us to confront a new reality. For billions of years, Earth was isolated. Now we know interstellar objects can and do pass through our system. If nature can send messengers between the stars, so could technology. And if something can cross the vast emptiness between suns, then the idea of visitors no longer belongs purely to science fiction. Which brings us to an even stranger question. What if some of the unexplained things we've already seen weren't coming from space at all? For a long time, stories of strange objects in the sky lived on the edges of science. Rumors, misidentifications, pop culture. Then in 2020, something unusual happened. The United States Department of Defense officially released 3 videos recorded by Navy pilots. The footage showed unidentified aerial phenomena, or UAPs, moving in ways that didn't match any known aircraft. The Pentagon confirmed the videos were real. In them, trained military pilots track objects that accelerate instantly, change direction without slowing down, and hover with no visible means of lift. No wings, no exhaust, no clear explanation. These weren't casual observers. These were professionals using advanced sensors, radar systems, and infrared cameras. Multiple instruments, multiple witnesses, and it wasn't just 3 incidents. Hundreds of similar encounters have been reported by pilots, radar operators, and military personnel around the world. Many remain classified, some have been declassified, most are unresolved. That doesn't mean they're alien spacecraft. Many could be experimental technology, sensor errors, or phenomena we don't yet understand. History is full of mysteries that later turned out to have ordinary explanations. But here's the uncomfortable part. A significant number of cases don't fit known categories. They outperform our best aircraft. They don't behave like drones. And no nation has publicly demonstrated technology even close to what's observed. So we're left with a growing list of sightings and a shrinking list of explanations. This doesn't prove we're being visited, but it does prove something else. Our understanding of what moves through our skies is incomplete. And while we're looking up and wondering what might be passing by, scientists are also looking down at rocks that fell to Earth carrying a much older story. Because one of the most controversial clues about life beyond Earth didn't come from the sky at all. It came from a meteorite found in Antarctica. In 1984, a team of researchers in Antarctica found an unusual meteorite embedded in the ice. It looked unremarkable at first, just another dark rock in a frozen desert. Years later, scientists discovered where it came from. Mars. The meteorite, named ALH 84001, was blasted off the Martian surface millions of years ago by an impact and eventually fell to Earth. Inside it, researchers found something unexpected. Tiny structures resembling fossilized bacteria. They weren't alive, they weren't moving, but they looked eerily similar to microscopic life forms found on Earth. Alongside them were unusual chemical signatures that, on our planet, are often linked to biological activity. In 1996, NASA announced the findings. The reaction was explosive. Headlines around the world asked the same question. Did life once exist on Mars? The scientific community pushed back. Many argued the structures were too small to be fossils. Others said the chemistry could be explained by non-biological processes. The debate continues to this day, but the real impact of ALH 84001 wasn't whether the claim was true, it was what the claim made possible. For the first time, the idea of life beyond Earth wasn't based on distant stars or speculative signals. It was based on a physical object we could touch, analyze, and argue over. And Mars isn't some exotic alien world. It's right next door. It had water, a thicker atmosphere, conditions that, billions of years ago, may not have been that different from early Earth. If life appeared independently on Mars, even briefly, then life may not be rare at all. It may be a common outcome when planets form under the right conditions. And once you accept that life can emerge easily, the next question becomes unavoidable. How often does it go further? How often does life become complex, intelligent, and capable of looking back at the universe that created it? To answer that, we have to look far beyond Mars. We have to look at other suns. For most of human history, planets were rare. We knew of only 8, all orbiting our sun. It was easy to believe Earth was special. Then came space telescopes. Over the past few decades, astronomers have discovered thousands of exoplanets, worlds orbiting distant stars. Some are massive gas giants, others are scorched rocks, but a surprising number fall into a narrow, intriguing category. They're roughly Earth-sized, and they orbit in the habitable zone. That's the region around a star where temperatures allow liquid water to exist. Not too hot, not too cold. Just right. One of the most famous discoveries is the TRAPPIST-1 system, a small, dim star about 40 light-years away, orbited by 7 Earth-sized planets. 3 of them sit squarely in the habitable zone. 7 rocky worlds. 1 star. From a cosmic perspective, that's almost unfair. Some of these planets are so close together that if you stood on one, the others would loom in the sky, larger than our moon. Entire alien sunsets, alien tides, alien seasons. And then there are the strange observations, subtle dips in starlight that don't match simple planetary orbits. Odd light patterns that spark speculation about artificial structures. Most likely natural, but compelling enough to keep scientists watching. TRAPPIST-1 isn't unique. There's Kepler-452b, often called Earth's older cousin, slightly larger than our planet, orbiting a star similar to the Sun, sitting in the habitable zone for billions of years longer than Earth. If life had a head start there, what might it look like today? The more planets we find, the more the question shifts. It's no longer, are there other Earth-like worlds? It's, how many are there? And once you accept that Earth-like planets may number in the billions, a deeper mystery emerges. If the universe is so full of potential homes for life, why don't we see any signs of the neighbors? That question has a name, and it haunts every search for alien life. It's called the Fermi paradox, named after physicist Enrico Fermi, who once asked a simple question during lunch. Where is everybody? The logic is straightforward. The universe is nearly 14 billion years old. Our galaxy alone contains hundreds of billions of stars. Many of them are billions of years older than the Sun. If even a tiny fraction of those stars host intelligent life, then some civilizations should be far more advanced than us. They should have had time to explore, colonize, or at least leave visible traces. Yet when we look out into the cosmos, we see nothing. No megastructures, no obvious alien signals, no clear evidence of galactic engineering. Just silence. One explanation is comforting. Maybe intelligent life is incredibly rare. Maybe we're the lucky exception. Another explanation is unsettling. Maybe civilizations don't last long. Perhaps technological societies tend to destroy themselves. Climate collapse, nuclear war, runaway artificial intelligence. A brief flash of intelligence, then gone. But there's a darker idea. What if advanced civilizations are out there, watching, listening, and deliberately staying quiet? This is known as the dark forest theory. Imagine the universe as a vast pitch-black forest. Every civilization is a hunter, hiding among the trees. Making noise could mean revealing your location to something far more powerful. In a dark forest, silence is survival. Under this view, broadcasting signals into space isn't brave. It's dangerous. And that raises an uncomfortable thought. Because for over a century, Earth has been shouting into the void. Radio waves, television signals, radar pulses. A growing electromagnetic bubble expanding at the speed of light, announcing that a technological species exists here. If anyone is listening, they already know we're home. So the real question might not be why we haven't heard from anyone. It might be why we're still here to ask. And yet, not all explanations for the silence are grim. Some are strangely hopeful. Not every solution to the Fermi paradox involves extinction or cosmic fear. One of the strangest ideas is called the zoo hypothesis. It suggests that advanced civilizations are aware of us. They know Earth exists. They may have known for millions of years, but they choose not to interfere. Just like humans observing animals in a wildlife reserve, they watch from a distance. No contact, no signals, no help, no harm. Why? Because interference would change everything. A single confirmed message would reshape religion, science, politics, and culture overnight. It could destabilize a young civilization before it's ready to understand its place in the universe. So instead, the universe stays quiet. On purpose. Another idea is simpler. Maybe we're early. On the cosmic timeline, intelligent life might just be getting started. The universe will continue for trillions of years. Compared to that, humanity has existed for the blink of an eye. We might be among the first to look up and ask these questions. Or maybe we've already brushed past something incredible and didn't realize what we were seeing at the time. In 2019, astronomers detected a narrowband radio signal coming from the direction of Proxima Centauri, the closest star system to Earth. The signal was unusually clean, unlike most natural cosmic noise. For a moment, excitement surged. This is exactly the kind of signal scientists would expect from a technological source. Later analysis suggested it was likely interference from Earth-based equipment, a disappointing but responsible conclusion. Still, the moment mattered. It showed how close we are. One strange signal, one unexplained object, one confirmed biosignature. That's all it would take to change everything. And the search isn't slowing down. New telescopes are coming online. New missions are heading to Mars, icy moons, and distant exoplanets. We are listening more carefully than ever before, which leads us to the final realization. The universe doesn't owe us answers, but it keeps giving us hints. Here's the quiet truth. For most of history, humans believed the universe revolved around us. Then we learned Earth isn't the center of the solar system. Then the sun wasn't the center of the galaxy. Then the galaxy wasn't special either. Each discovery made the universe bigger and us smaller. But something interesting happened along the way. We didn't disappear. We became aware. Today, we know the universe is filled with stars, planets, chemistry, and time. We know the ingredients for life are common. We know Earth has been broadcasting its presence. And we know that strange signals, objects, and worlds keep challenging our assumptions. None of this proves we're not alone, but it makes the idea of total cosmic solitude harder and harder to defend. Maybe life is everywhere, quietly growing. Maybe intelligence is rare, fragile, and brief. Maybe the universe is full of watchers who have learned patience. Or maybe the most important moment hasn't happened yet. The moment when we detect something unmistakable, a signal that can't be dismissed, a structure that can't be natural, a discovery that forces every human to look up and realize we share this universe with someone else. Until then, the question remains open. Still think we're alone? Because the universe keeps whispering the same message, again and again. Stay curious, keep watching, and don't assume the silence means emptiness.